The Joe Rogan Experience.
They found in instances, and I believe they found it in like cave people and certain animals. They found cancer in all sorts of animals.
Yeah.
And wild animals, they've found cancer in them. Cancer is a weird thing.
Yeah.
And we can't assume like when someone is born with certain diseases, right? We don't try to make some sort of environmental connection always to the fact that they're born with certain diseases. Even people that are living in paradise with no toxins in the environment, there's still the weird randomness, the giving birth, two people conceiving a child and the child coming out, and what everything has to be in order. All the ducks have to be in a row to make sure there's no diseases. Like there's so many variables, man, and one of the variables is cancer. And the fact that some people get it and some people don't, and some people live their lives terribly. They abuse the fuck out of their bodies. They take all kinds of drugs, and nothing happens.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's people like you that just live normal,
Yeah.
and they get cancer. And if you didn't pay attention to it, you could have died. That's just how it is. The world is weirdly random in that sense, where it's not fair. Genetics are not fair. Intelligence is not fair. Creativity is not fair. There's no fair. There's no fair. And if you start looking for fair is in your household, okay? Fair is amongst your clan. Fair is amongst your loved ones. Fair is not the outside. The outside world is a wild, competitive battleground of ideas and actions. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all.
And how do you prevent that randomness from scaring the shit out of you?
You can't, Tom Green. That's where weed comes along.
Yeah.
You can't, man.
Yeah.
You can't. You just got to keep on keeping on. Yeah, there's no way. You can't. If you prevent it from scaring the shit out of you, then you're not paying attention to it, right? You'd have to block it out completely if it wasn't terrifying. Because if you're paying attention to it, it's going to be terrifying. If you're not blocking it out completely, you look at the randomness of just the fact that we're in this planet with no roof. And we're hurling through the galaxy, and there's all these asteroids out there, and sometimes they don't see them because they're coming from behind the sun. They just fucking slam into us and kill everybody.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time trying to decide what freaks me out more: the infinity of the universe or the infinity of being dead. You know, like
the infinity of the universe or the infinity of being
that goes
dead.
forever, and once you're dead, well, that's forever too, right? There's no. What's
here would be
scarier?
the infinity. Here would be
what's stranger?
This would be the scariest.
Yeah.
The infinity of the universe. If you live forever and you can breathe in space and you didn't need food and you were just floating forever.
And go see what the fuck's going on out there.
But you can't. You're never going to land. You're never going to touch ground. You're just going to float through forever for billions and billions of years without ever talking to anybody. But you're never going to die.
That sounds terrifying.
That might be the worst.
Yeah.
That might be way worse than dying.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I mean, what is worse than dying? Wishing you were dead? Flying forever for billions of years? You know how bored you'd be after the first billion years and realize you have an infinite amount of billion years left where you're still going to be alive, breathing air with no need for food, no friends. You know what you know now, but you've been transformed by the gods into this symbol of psychic torture. You're the God Green, that Tom Green. In 2021, God came back to show us all a lesson. He let Tom Green breathe in space and fly on forever and live forever.
Right.
And then you streamed your thoughts.
You can't land on a
world to
planet
see.
and go
No,
look
no.
around.
There's no landing.
No
You're going to
landing.
be up in space forever.
It'd be frustrating to fly right by a great planet.
Yeah, but one planet looks like Lake Havasu where girls have their tops off.
You go, whoa.
And they're all drinking.
You can't go down. Can you see it, though? How closely? How well can you see it?
Close enough to jack off, but then back into space again.
Maybe that one might not be so bad then.
You get that once every billion years. You come around.
Oh, every billion?
Planet Havasu.
It's not a daily Havasu. It's not a 2-3 times daily.
No.
5 times daily.